Good morning. Today is Tuesday, April 2nd, and we are back for another Tuesday tip. For those of you who are new here, welcome. My name is Pia Miller. I'm an attorney in Northern Virginia, own my own law firm. All the contact information is, in the profile and the everything, right? So I'm very easy to find. Every Tuesday I come in and talk about a little something random, and that little something random for today. So you know how every once in a while I talk about a random law? Well, I went on a little deep dive, went down a rabbit hole. Did you guys know that if you try to sell or transport certain plants in Virginia, that technically you can be charged with a Class 1 misdemeanor? Or you could have a penalty that is a Class 1 misdemeanor, meaning up to 12 months in jail or a quite hefty fine. So Pia, what are we talking about here? What do you mean transporting or selling some plants? I am not talking about marijuana, y'all. That is also a plant. We're gonna put that to the side. But these are other plants. So technically this is the noxious weeds subsection of the Virginia Code. So this is not found in 18.2, which is the criminal section of the code that outlines all of the criminal offenses. This is under like the farming and the agriculture section of the code. So not necessarily a place where you would think that you would find something that has a penalty that's a Class 1 misdemeanor, but I promise you guys it exists. So we got notes, all right? So Virginia Code section 3.2-804 outlines certain prohibited acts. So those acts include things like moving, transporting, selling, offering for sale, noxious weeds. Pia, what are noxious weeds? So noxious weeds, this 3.2 code section, that whole subchapter, it outlines a whole list. There's a series of administrative regulations. So a list that gets updated that has all of these weeds that you cannot sell, transport, move, offer for sale. If you violate any other section of this particular chapter, you can be charged or you can be penalized as though it was a Class 1 misdemeanor. So there's a whole commission established by the Virginia Code. That commission, they're the ones who decide which plants are considered to be noxious weeds and which ones aren't. If you need to move or transport or do anything with these, you have to get a permit. If you don't get that permit, then it's that Class 1 misdemeanor penalty. And all of this is like the overseeing board is the Virginia Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services. So this maybe comes up. We do have some of these noxious weeds here in Northern Virginia. Some of the examples of, and there's 3 tiers of noxious weeds. So there's giant hogweed, there's tropical soda apple, there's purple loosestrife, which actually is really pretty. And if I ever saw it out in the wild, I'd probably think it was just like a pretty wildflower, but apparently it's a noxious weed. It's got these, like it grows kind of tall and it's got these pretty purple flowers, like a deep purple, something I would like. But the point is, there's a whole list of noxious weeds. So in the same way that Virginia categorizes certain prohibited substances, so your illegal drugs in certain categories, it's the same thing with these noxious weeds. And again, if you try to move, transport, sell, offer for sale, the potential penalty is a Class 1 misdemeanor, and that is outlined in Virginia Code section 3.2-809. If you think that you have violated this code section, go ahead and talk to an attorney. Hopefully you haven't. But as always, if y'all have questions, don't hesitate to reach out. Are your brackets as well as mine? My men's bracket, it's done. Listen, y'all, I had UNC and Marquette in my finals. Who knew? Who knew that both were just gonna get railroaded? So we're just going to go ahead and say go Wolfpack. NC State is looking like they are on fire this year. I'm here for it. UConn's looking like they're straight out of the late 90s, early 2000s UConn, so I also support that. We're going to see what happens with the women. I am still holding out for South Carolina. I want y'all to take that W. I want Dawn to get another championship as a coach. Talk to me about y'all's brackets. Again, are y'all's brackets as busted as mine? As always, come back next week for the next Tuesday tip. I will talk about a little bit more, something random. Take care of yourselves and check on your brackets and check on your friends whose brackets are completely done. Take care, guys.